How to correctly factor denominators for undefined values. Imagine you're solving a puzzle, but one piece is missing. That missing piece could be the key to understanding where your expression is undefined. When working with rational expressions, knowing how to find those tricky spots is essential. These spots are called undefined values, and they happen when the denominator becomes 0. 0 in the denominator means division by 0, which is not allowed in math. So, how do we find these values? The answer lies in factoring the denominator properly. First, look at the denominator and see if it can be broken down into simpler parts. For example, if you see something like x squared plus x minus 6, you can factor it into two binomials. In this case, it becomes x plus 3 times x minus 2. Once you have the denominator factored, set each part equal to 0 separately. So 4x plus 3 equals 0, you get equals negative 3. 4x minus 2 equals 0, you get equals 2. These are the values that make the denominator 0, and they are called excluded or undefined values. It is very important to remember that even if some factors cancel out with the numerator, these values are still not allowed because they make the original denominator 0. For example, if your expression has a factor that cancels out, but that factor was 0 at a certain value, you still cannot include that value in your solution. Let's say you have the expression squared plus 4 over x squared plus x minus 6. You start by factoring the denominator as x plus 3 times x minus 2. Setting each to 0 gives you equals negative 3 and x equals 2. These are the values where the expression is undefined. When solving inequalities involving rational expressions, always remember to exclude these values from your solution set. This way, you avoid dividing by 0 and keep your work accurate. Factoring the denominator correctly is like finding the weak spots in a fence. Once you identify those spots, you know exactly where the expression cannot go. This process helps you understand the domain of the rational expression and prevents errors when solving equations or inequalities. So, always take the time to factor carefully, set each factor to 0, and remember that any value making the denominator 0 is off limits. That way, you keep your math work safe and correct.